Hey everyone, I'm back another day and we're doing another build. I figured, well, I've got a little bit of time. I can get started and do part one of the build of the ROKAF. Are you okay? I'm okay. R-O-A-K. ROKAF F-15K. A lot of K's in that. Just a second. I'll be back in a second. I don't want to trip over my bowl. Okay. So, we are starting this today at the request of one of my YouTube followers. He didn't specifically request this one, but he asked me to either do an F-15 build or a MiG-29. I chose the F-15. Now, as I may have mentioned before, I've built F-15s before. I've got two of them by Tamiya, the 1/48 scale F-15C. I'll just grab it, I'll show you. Okay, so this is the 1/48 scale F-15C by Tamiya. I don't think I've got the canopy glued on this one. No. So, yeah, I have this guy. I built this one, I want to say about a year ago. I really liked it. I love Tamiya and the quality of their builds. How everything fits together. So yeah, so I have built F-15s before. Of course, it is one of my favorite planes in the world. Let's put this back down over here. Okay. So as I've said, F-15 is my favorite plane. Always has been. And, you know, back in the early 80s, well, it kind of became my favorite plane because I was really into Transformers, and the Decepticons chose the F-15s as their planes. So I really love them, I really love Transformers, and I really love the plane. I do think it's probably one of the sexiest looking planes ever built. So I did this one. Now, I've done a little bit. When I was looking at this, I'd never heard of an F-15K. I never know they went that far along with the letters. I've seen F-15As, B, C, D, even E, but I've never heard of the K. And I was thinking to myself, well, this one's made by Academy, and I know Academy is a Korean company. I wonder if the K stands for Korean. In my ignorance, that is like the ROKAF, well, that is Korean Air Force. So the K actually does stand for Korean. The US had sold a bunch of these. Anyway, so we're opening it up. We have this thing that check with parts list before unsealing, and it's all in Korean. I don't know, I can't read it. I can sound out the letters in Korean. I know a little bit of Hangul, but to actually read it, boopum, han, nin, hanin. Yeah, I don't know. That's my really pathetic attempt to read that. Okay, and we have different colors in here. Looks like we've got some, I would say this is probably like a dark ghost gray. We've got black, and some more dark ghost gray. We've got some clear parts. dark ghost gray, dark ghost, even white parts. That's kind of cool. That looks like landing gear parts. And the lower fuselage is all in one color. Or one color. I hope it's all in one color. It's all in one piece. This is going to be a unusual build. And we've got a separate little bag with the air intakes in there and a couple of black parts that I'm not sure what are for. We've got 2 instruction books. Oh, Manual 1 and Manual 2. That's a first. It's a nice color though. Full color. This is like a Revell skill level 5. But 2 manuals. Why didn't they just make it 1? I don't know. We've got some kind of a warning. Before starting to assemble, read the instructions manual very carefully. Okay, yeah. That's typical. This is what you should do. This is how to use scissors and snips and tweezers. That's pretty straightforward stuff. And we've got the decals. Looks like we've got 2 sheets. Oh, wow. We've got lots of decals there. And then we've got some, I guess, unique decals to this actual, yeah, the F-15K Slam Eagle. I'm gonna slam it. I don't know what I'm trying to go with that. Okay, let's open these up. My knife. Tail fins. Looks like white landing gear parts, which is going to be, oh, those are going to be the air intakes. And front landing gear bucket / pod. Front landing gear, that might be the rear landing gear pieces there. But I only see if these are actually tires. What are these at? Those are the rear landing gear wheels. So where's the front landing gear? Wow, that's the front landing gear wheel. So where's the tire for that though? It's like the front landing gear wheel hub. Maybe the tire's on the black, on one of these black pieces. I don't know. So it's interesting, they've done the whole, both tops of the wings. This whole thing is one piece. But typically, you'll have the wing come along like this, and that'll be separate, right? That's the way it is on the bigger Tamiya kits. And then, yeah, it's a big flat piece there. Oh, it just covers this. Okay. All right. So that's that. Put our clear pieces in here. Come on. Canopy, and that looks like the heads-up display there, and this little clear piece, I'm not sure what that's going to be for. So clearly they want the canopy closed on this model because the canopy's all in one, the whole canopy is one piece. Let's put that over there. front half of the fuselage, the nose, air brakes, these very curved pieces, I'm not sure. Now we've got some black parts. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that that's the tires for the front landing gear. Maybe these are the tires for the rear. Here's the cockpit, all in black. Looks like we've got two sets of engines, depending on whether you, I don't know, do this, when the cones, there, see that cone there, these two? When the engines are in that formation and it's really, you know, narrowed, is that when the afterburners kicked in? I don't know enough about the functions to know whether that's like that or not. In any case, those are going to be painted gunmetal anyway. So, and our final trees. Which looks like all the weaponry. A couple of fuel tanks. We got our, looks like some bombs. Sidewinder missile. Oh, we got silver parts. That's cool. The engines. That's cool. That's pretty neat. I'm almost getting a feeling like this is a snap together kit. Because there's, like, I know that this piece and this piece, obviously they're going to go together. And it looks like we've got female and male locating pins, like a lot more so than you would see normally. Is this a snap together kit? This is a multicolored kit which can be a precise production of reality, not having to paint. Okay. You can download the latest version of this instruction manual for this model. So they might actually update the instructions. Take care not to injure yourself while using modeling tools to cut or trim parts. So I'm assuming, oh, okay. This has got to be the first I've ever seen in building a model aircraft. Step number one is not putting together the cockpit. That, I've never seen that. I've built quite a few model planes in my time, and they always start with the cockpit. But not this one. It's not even step two. Cockpit is step 3. But I don't see any reference. Like even in here when it shows you what tools to use, it's just snips, tweezers, and scissors. Say on the box. Glue and paint not included. The actual product can be a bit different from this show. Okay, so yeah, glue's not included. ROK Air Force multi-role fighter aircraft, multicolored parts, no painting needed. Precisely engraved panel lines, rivets, details, cockpit and landing gear, features external fuel tank, air-to-air missile, air-to-surface missile, and targeting pod. Cartograph, decal, and sticker included. Assembles without glue. So I guess this is Academy's version of a Bandai kit. So I don't need glue. Well, how about that? I was not expecting a snap together kit. Go figure. And it doesn't look like they show any references to what colors anything should be as far as painting details in the instructions here. What about when we get to the end? So it show me where the decals go. Oh, here we go. Here's a color chart. Flat black, white, flat white, silver, burnt iron, steel. Yeah, okay. So it does have a color chart at the end of the second manual, but it doesn't reference anything as it goes along. Like, for example, number 1 is flat black and number 2 is white. But see, I know that this needs to go together. So it's 1 and 2. I guess if it's got the rectangle. No, assemble with number 1. Oh, it's rather than giving me instructions on the colors, it's saying assemble this first and then this one second. But this one, you put this one in first, then this one second, then the seats third. Except this is also number 1, number 2. Start assembly with 1, start assembly with 1. Okay. So they don't tell me the colors as I'm going along. They just pointed out here the colors of the cockpit pieces, the various colors of the armaments, like the missiles and the bombs. That's it. Okay, so I gotta give a thumbs down on that. So it's not very realistic. So I might as well leave that out. It's a little bit disappointing, I must say. A little bit. But I might as well start on it. I'm looking for G10. This is H. That's nice that they engrave that, the letters like that into each tree. H, E, 2 E's. F is black. This is B, A, G, these. These look almost the same. I need 9 and 10, and that is these two big pieces. Kind of does have that same kind of crisp feel like a Bandai kit. I don't know what the quality is going to be like. I've built a couple of Academy kits, but they've never been snap tight, so this will be a first. Careful with these little pegs. I'm sure they're going to come in important sooner or later. The plastic feels like it's a little bit softer than a Bandai kit. A little more bendy. These two go together like so. There we go. Guess there's a sense in which, because it feels a little bit softer than a Bandai kit, you're not going to get that. Bandai kits tend to creak when you flex them slightly. You know what I mean? I'm assuming I'm not going to get that with this. So that's this, and they want that. Those are together. Okay, so I want G4 and 5. H1 or optionally H2. We'll see. First we go G4 and 5. Landing gear stuff. G4. Which one does G4 go to? G4, if I face this way, G4 goes in here, like that. Go. Now G5. There we go. Now what else was it? each one or two? This is F. H. H. Got two options of the way these fans are. You've got either lots of blades or not quite as many blades. Oh, one's got a bigger point on it too. Those are my options there. So why I have these options, I don't know. I'll choose the mini blade option, I suppose. Let's go into the end here. It's not a super tight fit. I think I would feel a little more comfortable if I did use glue on these pieces. So they don't, although they don't fall off, it's a pretty loose fit. And in the end, being able to see all the way down there inside that intake and tell, oh, you used option 2. That ain't gonna be a reality. Okay, moving on. It looks like we're on to this piece. I need B15 and 16 to put on here and here. B. (15) and 16. Now, I did do a little bit of research. I call it research, really just looking up the ROKAF F-15K. And what the K is. That's how I know it actually does stand for Korean, because the US sold a bunch of these planes to South Korea. And then I think, if I remember correctly, this was a few days ago that I read it now, and I don't remember all the details to it. I think they were F-15Es that they sold them. And of course the F-15E, the sides here, they're not flat. They've got added bulge on them to accommodate bombs that the F-15C does not. So yeah, so they called them, designated them the K for Korea, and that's what we got. Now this gets installed. it would help if I installed it the right way around. Come on. Wow. Okay, flip. All right. There we go. We've got our landing gear on the bottom there, sticking out a little bit, which kind of implies that they want me installing the landing gear down. Kind of screw you, this is the way you're going to build it, and we don't care. There's that. Next, looks like we got some engines, F1 and F2. F was the silvery parts, wasn't it? Where did my silver parts go? Right there, but that's not what, that's H. I need F. F is black. 1 and 2. Probably these guys. Yep. One, two. Together, looks like only one way they can go. Just like that. We want F6 and 7, or 8 and 9 again, depending on the version you want. So what are our options here? I'm going to choose the ones with these little round knobby things. There we go. Once again, we go on the ends here. Doesn't look like there's an up or a down. Might be. Nope. They're the same size, whether it's up or down. And again, one of those things where if you can actually look in that engine and you can see that detail, but you can, because of the camera, the amount of light shining in my bedroom window. But yeah, H4 is where this is going to go on. And that's this big piece. In anticipation, I might as well get H6 and 7 off of the tree. 6, 7. So this goes on here. I don't think there's an up and down. It appears to be the same both ways. Not actually, not quite. There is, so let's see if there's a designation which way they want it going. They do not point it out. Oh, they kind of do. Very faintly. It's hard to tell because they've got it colored very black to indicate, you know, the color of the tree. But that's it, like that. And then each 6 and 7 go underneath in those little spots. Going right here. And what the purpose of these pieces are, I don't know. They're both the same, but they do go one way. I suppose they're going to lock something in on there later. I don't know. Okay, there's that. Next. Next we put that Next, we put this in here. Go. That. We put the top, we get the wings, A2 and 3, and then put H and put them together with H3. A2 and 3. Which here I think, yep. A2 and 3. And H3. Seals the deal. Okay, just want to clean this up a little bit here on this edge to make sure we've got a nice clean transition. Kind of same on this. All right. Sure. Oh. Can't leave that on there. Okay, I'm not sure if there's an up and a down. It might be. that's going to be the top. So we're going to go on this side, like that, and you'll go on this side. So, and then this will go on top of it all, I think. Yeah. Just like that. It's a very loose fit. This I can just press and that comes apart. But that's okay. Definitely there's going to be more pieces that come in there and hopefully lock it together. And this part's done. Admittedly a very strange assembly process compared to every other plane I've built. But looking at the time, I need to go. And of course, the next step is assembly of the cockpit. But that's going to have to take place next time. So for now, I will fold this up like this. We're already past that. And there we go. And that'll be it for, well, at least for now. I don't know whether that's it for today or not, but it's it for now. So, I apologize if you're expecting a much longer video, but it is just the start and we've already made quite a bit of progress. I think the biggest thing about this one is going to be doing the paint. But even though I don't have to paint this and I don't have to paint this, the actual jets that go on here, they're black. They're not supposed to be, but they are. They should have molded them in the same color as this, but that's okay. That just means I get to paint. I am kind of surprised that they didn't bother connecting the two. This is where the actual engine would be, in this empty gap here, but they didn't bother doing that. They give me these super long intakes, but that's it. Anyway, can't complain so far. It looks pretty good. The panel lines look very detailed, and it looks like that's going to come out really nice when I put some, do the wash on there, and to bring that detail out. It looks like it's going to be pretty good, but we'll see how it goes. So, again, thanks for watching. Thank you for coming out, and we'll see you all in part 2. If you're watching this on YouTube, which you probably are, look down below in the description there, and click on my links for my Twitch. Go on Twitch and follow me on there also. That'd help me out a lot if you would do that. But once again, until next time, thanks for watching.